Muslims are coming over to take the United States. Sharia law is coming to a neighbor near you. Be scared. These Muslims are evil. These Muslims are barbaric. They're coming for you and your family. These are some scare tactics that are being spread all over the United States by mainstream media and also through social media influencers that are against Islam. And it's so sad that this is happening, but it's happening, especially with the recent midterm elections that took place in the United States around the country. A lot of Muslim candidates that were running for positions like to be a mayor of certain state or certain places, they have won against all odds, and the biggest one being the New York mayor being a Muslim now. So there's been clips going around talking about how Sharia law is going to be brought to New York because now the mayor is a Muslim man and this and that. And not only in New York though, like I think Minnesota, there were a lot of Muslim candidates that won. Michigan is another one. I mean, Michigan, we already knew that there's a large population of Muslims there. Same with Minnesota. So Muslims are all over the place now, okay? And not only that, Muslims are running for offices. Everything from the mayor of the state or whatever to like city councils to school board. We are everywhere, okay? But the fact that these non-Muslims who are against Islam saying things like that and scaring your ordinary citizens in the United States is just madness, okay? But the fact is that Muslims are no longer just standing by and letting people that are against the deen take into positions that could possibly harm other Muslims. So it's time that Muslims stood up and did something about this, because some of the laws that are being put into places that are causing harm for Muslims, if there was a Muslim candidate in that position, they would have said something about that. They would have did whatever they could to block off that law into going into action. But if you're not part of the decision making, then there's not much you can do really. But anyways, I want to share with you guys this. Let's check this one out. There's this clip of this sister Lily J. I'll put the link to her actual video in the description. But this video does really well summing up this whole topic for us.
Are Muslims taking over America? Did you know there are over 2,500 mosques in the United States right now? Muhammad is the top 10 most common baby name. Like, what is...
Not too long ago, this was also true in, the UK or Europe or London.
Islam is the fastest growing religion and has grown over 50% in the last 10 years. Plus, the mayor of New York City is a Muslim, the largest city in the whole of US. So is the mayor of Michigan, New Jersey, Texas, and Minnesota. The US ambassador for religious freedom, that is literally the office that defends people's rights to practice their faith around the world. It's led by a Muslim. And on top of all that, there is more than 150 Muslim elected officials across 33 states. Is the US becoming a Muslim country now?
That's a fair question to ask. And the answer is, of course, no. I honestly, as much as I would love to see it, not happening. Not happening, okay? The amount of Muslims who are in such positions that you mentioned compared to the overall positions, political positions that others who are not Muslims are in that position is just way too high, okay? And it's not going to happen. Sadly, it's not going to happen. But it's good to see that Muslims are taken into these type of positions. As someone that works in higher education, I'm always encouraging like Muslim students to not all go for the easiest major and go for different programs, learn different tools, because we need Muslims who are able to do different jobs, take into different positions and different, and we need to be able to do that. But if we all go for the same major and we all become like human services, which is the most common one, it's like, come on. But anyways, the point is that I'm so glad to see that Muslims are doing everything that they could to be able to get into a position where they are part of the decision making. That's the biggest thing, is being able to position yourself in a place where you're able to help your other Muslim brothers and sisters by making sure that you block off any law that is going to cause any harm to other Muslims, okay? And you work to pass laws that will make sure that it eases the lives of other Muslims, okay? Again, going back to my own personal experience of working in higher education, I've been in meetings and committees where there was a decision being made that could have affected the way the Muslim students on campus are going to be, their experiences. And I also have been in a position where I was able to say something about a certain situation that affects the Muslim students. You know what I mean? So if we are not in those type of positions, we can't really do much. We have no choice, you know. We have to go by whatever the law that's passed. But if we can be in a position where we can do something about it, then that's the best thing that you could do. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
عليك وسلم المولى محمد. I look up to the best of the men, and I'm working on the test to the end, by following the message he sent, and try turning these lessons into action. And oh, I pray for the day that I see you in my dreams. Rahmatul lil Alameen, for all humanity.